Hey YouTubers, here we are again. What is this? Let's see, number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. I'm actually going to talk about two different ones here at the same time. And it's because they're so very similar. These things I'm fixing to describe to you go by a lot of different names, but most of the names that you'll find are all about the person who designed them. And hey, that's fine. Go for it. You know, if you design something, you think it's awesome, put your name on it, okay? That's cool. I'm down with that. However, there are some sort of off-brand ones out there that God knows who designed them, but they still work really well, and it's like having an entire desktop that you can carry around with you. The only thing I'm lacking in here that I would like to see is a calculator. I'll show you what I mean. They're great for business meetings. They're great for on the go. When I'm going to a situation that I really don't know what I'm going to be needing, these are the sorts of things I take with me. Now, where I used to live, we called these day runners. I tend to call these exhaustive because if you want to really document absolutely anything and everything, this really does seem to be the way to go. This smaller one here is very condensed, but you can also get them in something that's more an A4 size. It's not exactly A4, it's a little bit smaller than that, but it's close. And this one is really cool. It's got, I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit so you guys can see this. It's got a pocket back here that I can put envelopes and various things in. It's got pockets here that I can slide things into. It even came with a fun little paper clip, a style I've never even used before, but I thought it was really cool, so I thought I'd show that to you. Tabs, and yes, I have used those little grid tabs that are up there. They're oddly useful. Like, I didn't even think they would come in handy. I thought, what in God's name is this in here for? And then I used it. I was like, okay. So how you use those is completely up to you. Here you can see, you know, there's another little pocket, and then there's some stickers to help you label some things or just make the book look more interesting, which obviously I haven't used any of. And here's a fun little quote, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. And then from here, we see that there's a tab for week to view, and then there's some blank paper that's lined, planning, so your to-do list basically. Then we've got, sorry about the glare, the sun is really intense today. Gets that way in Australia. This one is an unmarked tab, so basically I could use, I'm just going to cover that a little bit, basically I could use that tab for whatever I feel like, and I could just write on the edge what I want that to be. And then there's also some little calendar day pages there. I don't use those. I don't like them. I have a whole nother way of tracking my days, as you guys already know if you've been watching the collection, because the last video was all about that. And then it's quite a ways until I get to the next set of dividers, and they're just extras because I've used all the paper that's in between those and I need to refill them. So that tells you how much I use them. There's just the paper, you know, it's just blank, lined, basic. And then there's this fun little thing. I'm going to tear this out. It's a Today tab. It's a magical little device. These little things here allow you to slide this. I'm going to try to get in where you can see, where you can just kind of snap this into place. There, get my hand out of the way. You can just snap that into place like that, and yet it flips with the binding, and if I want to, I can just peel it back out. So there it is, just like that, and it's back in again. So wherever you are in your book, you can just put that in as a marker, and it helps you find your day in these more exhaustive versions. And here's some more blank paper, and in the back here there's another little pocket, so I can slide a little booklet of pages in here, and then the paperboard backing can slide down in the back there. And as you see here, there's a little pin holder, which is really convenient because I love my fine liners and it's a good size for that. Should that elastic holder wear out, I can just install another one. That's easy. Let me tell you a little secret. I know I'm running over 5 minutes here, but this thing, leave that in there, okay? Because these rings can scar this beautiful lining that's on the inside, and it looks a lot less worn if you just leave that little bit of cardboard in there to protect the spine. And the life of the book will be much better for value if you leave that in there. And it's got a convenient little closure here. And should that elastic wear out, I can just replace it as well. So this one is effectively the same thing, except that instead of elastic, it's a button. It's got a place for my pin. It's got the same number of slots, and this is the sort of pad that I was talking about using earlier. I've just torn the back of it off because this is a lot longer than the pocket that's available here. And I even used some dot matrix paper not too long ago to help me organize myself during a business meeting. It's fantastic when you have no idea what the subject is going to be or what you're going to need to know or keep track of. So I highly recommend dot matrix. Awesome stuff. Kept me from making some really silly decisions not too long ago. There's also a space in the back where I have put another little book here, Make Every Day Count, if not today, then when. And then there's still even extra space behind that to put larger envelopes and half-size sheets of paper, stuff like that. And again, I've left that protective little sheet in there so that the binding doesn't hurt the spine of this book. And there are 2 spaces for pins, so this, I've got a black one here and I've got a red one here. And there it is. It's a really nice, well-bound piece of work. And like I say, if you want a desk on the go, the only thing I'm missing in this is a calculator. So if I could figure out how to fit a calculator in this, I'd do it. And I like how professional they look too. I mean, if you want to look a little glamorous, you know, you can go for something like this. If you just want to look professional, you know, very businessy, you can go with this. So there you go. I know it's at 8 minutes. Thanks for your patience. Let's hit the next one. Cheers.